Feel the magic under Keely's light. Hook in hand, we're gonna start today. Hook in love will show the way.
Hello, I'm Keely from Hooking Love, and this week's stitch of the week is the herringbone double crochet. If you don't already follow me, then please subscribe, and then you can follow along every week for our new stitch of the week. Now for the herringbone double crochet, we are going to make a chain, and it doesn't matter what the chain length is. You want a decent sized chain length, obviously, but it doesn't, you're not worrying about how many you're counting. Your actual chain count is 1, any multiple of 1 plus 1, and that's it. So I'm using a double knit yarn and a 4.5mm hook, and I'm just going to do a small sample so you can see how this works up. So we are going to miss the first two chains and work into the third chain, and into the third chain we are making a double crochet herringbone stitch. So it's a stitch of its own. It's not a standard double crochet, but you are going to yarn over as if you're making a double crochet. You're going to miss the first 2 and you're going to go into the third. This chain 2 is going to be classed as your first herringbone double crochet, but we'll talk about that when we get back to that. So we're going to go through the chain, we're yarning over, and we're drawing a loop up through the chain. We've now got 3 loops on the hook. At this point we're going to take this first loop through the second, just like that. We've got 2 loops on the hook, then we're going to yarn over and pull through the first loop with 2 loops on the hook, and then we're yarning over and pulling through both of those loops. So that is your first herringbone double crochet stitch made. So we're going to make another one, do this one again together. So yarn over, go into your chain, yarn over and draw a loop through the chain. We've got 3 on the hook. We're going to take that first loop through the second with 2 on the hook, yarn over and pull through that first one, 2 on the hook, yarn over and pull through both. Second one made. Let's make another one together. Just draw some more yarn out. So we are yarning over, we're going through the next chain, we're going to draw a loop through the chain. We've got 3 on the hook, not yarn over, so 3 on the hook. We're going to go and take this first chain straight through that second one. We've got 2 on the hook, and now we're going to yarn over and pull through the first one, 2 on the hook, yarn over and pull through both. I will continue to work my way along this chain, and I will do it fairly slowly, but I'm not going to talk you through it again now, just so you can follow along if you wish to, or you can race ahead. So I am now at the end of my first row, and I'm hoping that you can see I'm just pulling some yarn, that we are shifting in this direction. So if I put it straight, I think that's easy enough to see, isn't it? We are going in this direction, which is what we want for a herringbone stitch. So we're going to do the second row, and then what you'll be doing is you'll just be repeating this until you've got a piece the size that you want. So we're going to chain 2, and that chain 2 is going to be our first herringbone double crochet stitch. So we're going to turn. We are not placing a stitch in this first stitch because this is what our chain 2 is doing. So we're going straight into the next one, and we're going to repeat that herringbone stitch. So I'll talk you through it one more time and then work along the row. So I've yarned over and I've gone into this stitch. I've pulled a loop through and I have 3 on my hook, and then I am going to take the first loop through the second loop, then I'm yarning over and pulling through the first loop, yarn over and pulling through the second. Let me talk you through. So let's do that next one together. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going through the stitch just as I would normally go through the stitch and pulling a loop up. I'm going to pull that first loop through the second, yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2. So one more time, yarn over into the stitch, draw a loop up, first loop through the second, yarn over through 1, yarn over through 2, and I am going to continue that all the way along. Now I will speed this bit up just so that you can see what this looks like after this first one. So I'm coming to the last stitch now. So that's the last actual stitch, and this is the chain 2. So we are going into the top of that chain 2. So please don't forget that as you are doing them. So every time you do a chain 2, that's your stitch. So remember to go and work into it. So again, I'm just pulling it through. I've 3 on the loop, on the hook, sorry. First one through the second, yarn over, through 1, yarn over, through 2. And we would then chain 2 and work our way up. I am going to do a few more rows so you can see the effect that having the material worked up looks like, but I shall do them off camera and bring them back to you in a second. Now here we come then, and we've got a piece that's 5 rows. So can you see that we have this herringbone distinction? And so the actual flow of the material is really lovely, and when you reverse it, you'll see you have the same stitch, so it's reversible, which I think is really useful. So sometimes when you're doing things like a scarf, for example, for me, it's nice to have both sides as a right side, as opposed to having a wrong side, because as you're twisting a scarf round, you automatically are going to have part of the wrong side showing, if you will, whereas this allows you to have both sides the same. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I would love to see any of your makes with it and see what you think of the stitch. So this was the herringbone double crochet, and if you did enjoy it, please subscribe, and then you can see some more of these tutorials. Thanks so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed that stitch. You can find more tutorials and some kits and patterns over at Hooking Love. There are links in the description, and don't forget to subscribe if you'd like more calm confidence and crochet every week.